Why do you host travelers? Or how did it start for you, I guess, maybe?
My husband at the time wanted to have travelers come in. We had some big eco projects. I was reluctant because we had a 1-year-old in the house, or she was 1, and it didn't seem safe to have perfect strangers coming into the house and the baby there. But quickly changed my opinion, and we met so many wonderful people by doing it, and it was so fun to have. It felt like traveling ourselves, to be able to have dinner with people from different parts of the world every night, and to learn about the world in such a personal way, and work side by side with people. It's opportunity to see how similar we all are, and how different. So we started in Norway, and then moving back to Minnesota seemed like a good idea to continue. The house needed a lot of work fixing up, and that sort of sense of community, but an international community, I think is really healthy for my daughter too. She gets exposure to people from all parts of the world, and I think she learns and grows by doing that. So and it's good now that I'm a single mother. It's good for her to have interaction with people who aren't me, so I'm not the only one sort of informing her the way we do things, how she views the world.
Yeah.
So those are the main reasons. And I mean, well, the main reason for me now is so that I can spend more quality time with her. The less time I spend painting the garage or emptying the dishwasher, the more time I can play with her, or read a book, and that's a huge help as a single mom, especially.
Is there one sort of experience that sticks out as like the most memorable, hosting experience? Or I'm sure you've had a lot, but
well, at one point, I think this is kind of fun. At one point, this was in Norway, but we had a couple of young men from Nebraska, a middle-aged guy from France, another middle-aged guy from, I believe it was from Peru, a woman from Holland. Our house was absolutely full of people, and then me being American, and this was in Norway, and one Norwegian, and I guess having sort of this demographic variety and then geographic variety too was really fun. We had a big table where we could have big dinners and learn so much about each other. And so that sticks out for me, just because it was kind of the epitome of this international community. Again, it feels like traveling without having to travel is what's so fun about it. It reminds me of my days as a backpacker and staying in a hostel. Only in this case, the hostel is your own house.
So you kind of touch on this too, but as far as how the whole process, or whatever you want to call it, how it makes your life different, you mentioned having more time for your daughter. That's obviously the primary objective.
Yeah.
And the whole, I guess you pretty much already answered that question.
Yeah. Well, what was this question?
How it makes your life different.
Well, someone put it to me this way the other day. Actually, it was the person who's there now, and she said, you give up some of your privacy, in doing this, but you get a lot of it too. too. So honestly, I think sure I give up some privacy, but I also think I give up some kind of loneliness, or you know, being divorced now for coming up on 1 year, and it could have been lonely to be in the house by myself, too, or not having another adult around. I've read people end up finding that to be very lonely. I've always been happy to, when I was a single person, but I don't know. I just think it's a more vibrant environment for people when there's conversation happening in the house around her. So again, a way for her to learn too.
What religion do you practice, if any, and do you think it has any effect on your decisions to host? Or
definitely no impact on the decision. I mean, I'm not practicing any religion. I did study theology. I went to St. Thomas Catholic University, and dedicated some years to learning some theology to try and figure out where I stood. But no, I guess I'm agnostic, and maybe somehow that makes me more open, because I just, all I can really claim there is I don't know anything. I mean, that's how I see. If you say you're agnostic, it's like, I don't know. I can't tell you what the answers are. So anything is right as far as I'm concerned.
Sure.
And so I'm really open to what other people's beliefs are, because I don't come from one sort of strong standpoint on it that might influence my feelings or thoughts about how other people, have their faith, whether they're practicing or not, but how it doesn't color, I guess, my thoughts about them, whereas maybe it would if I had one strong, rooted faith,
right,
some sort of faith tradition.
What are your thoughts on minimalism?
Fantastic. A goal. Well, I would love to practice more minimalism. I really admire your efforts and what I saw you doing when you were at our house toward minimalism. And it's something I think about on a pretty regular basis. I don't always practice. Clearly, I don't come from a minimalistic family. So by their standards, I am. I mean, it's all relative, right? And I think it frees up by getting rid of stuff. You create space, and I think that's something where, a lot of us, we pay this sort of energetic price for having too much stuff. So it'll be a goal, among others, probably for the rest of my life.
Mm-hmm. That's the
thing.
It can be a lifelong process.
Yeah. And the sort of the kind of minimalism that's going to work for me, having a child, and that's going to be different from a single man traveling the world. But yeah, I think it's a worthy goal.